Well, around the nation tonight, the possibility that the president may be taking matters into his own hands is fueling a fire.
It also has some locals feeling hopeful. News 11's Molly Lang spoke to a local immigration attorney to hear how she thinks this will affect those living right here in Yuma County. Molly.
Rob, Irene, President Obama plans to take action as early as this week, which will affect up to 5 million of the estimated 11 million living in the United States without documentation. A local attorney explains what this will mean for those who have waited years for a work permit. President Obama is taking immigration reform into his own hands. Some say they have been waiting 8 years for something like this to come out of his presidency.
It's been a long wait, years that they've been waiting on some kind of immigration reform.
A release from the White House states Obama will present a plan Thursday to provide relief from deportation to as many as 5 million immigrants of the 11 million people living without proper documents in the United States.
There's definitely a scramble to try to get office support ready to handle the amount of people that we think this is going to benefit.
Obama is now prepared to act on what some in Washington say is a broken immigration system.
But even a temporary bridge to that right now, allowing people who do not pose a threat to the community and have an extended physical presence accumulated in the U.S. will be able to benefit.
What Mr. Obama proposes is a temporary work permit which allows immigrants to stay here under protection from deportation for at least 2 years. Many of them are parents of children born in the U.S.
We're not even looking at anything like citizenship for these individuals, but even that alone is a huge difference and a huge benefit considering what it is that they have now, which is nothing.
Obama's plans to go it alone will deepen a divide with the Republican Party. Live in the studio, Molly Lang, News 11. Back to you.
Thank you very much, Molly.
Evening Edition, your #1 source for news in the desert Southwest.
Thanks for joining us. Since enrollment for insurance begins tomorrow, people in Yuma County will have to make it a simpler process for those looking to sign up.
And News 11 met with Yuma Regional Medical Center to hear about the enrollment event that is it's hosting tomorrow. And News 11's Molly Lang is live in the studio with those details. Molly.
Nico, Irene, YRMC is hosting an insurance enrollment event from 9 a.m. to 2 p.m. tomorrow to answer any questions and even walk you through the application process.
Open enrollment for Insurance Marketplace begins Saturday.
We understand that this is a confusing time for many individuals and families.
From 9 a.m. to 2 p.m., Yuma Regional Medical Center will offer informational sessions and enrollment assistance at its health insurance enrollment fair.
We want to provide individuals with resources, information, and an ability to ask questions.
When you sign up, you can choose your insurance provider. It's a simple process, and you just need to bring a few things with you.
Information about themselves and who they are applying for, date of birth, social security number.
Not only can you choose the provider, but find the right plan that works for you and your family.
Depending on an individual's income or their family size, there's different options that they can choose that best fits them.
During the last open enrollment period, the Insurance Marketplace website was riddled with issues. This year, YRMC has a support system set up to help deal with any roadblocks.
It's a much more user-friendly enrollment process. They have narrowed it down from 76 screens down to 16, making it easier for you to navigate through those. And if you have any questions about how to sign up, they can answer them at the fair on Saturday at YRMC. Live in the studio, Molly Lang, News 11. Back to you, Nico.
All right, Molly, thank you very much. Well, the real issue.
Now in the early edition, a wild ride for one of 2 hikers stranded in Phoenix. Hear about their hike nightmare.
Also, flames engulfed a Christian bookstore Friday. We'll have the latest on the investigation.
Plus, neighbors heard an explosion yesterday morning after a trailer caught on fire. The early edition starts right now.
Live from KYMA Studios, this is News 11's Early Edition, your #1 source for news in the desert Southwest.
Thank you for joining us. A wild ride for one of 2 hikers stranded in a peak in Phoenix. As one of the hikers was airlifted, the basket started to spin.
William Pitts has the story.
On Piestewa Peak, a broken leg falling off a rock about 20 feet. The 2 hikers were in trouble. Firefighters eventually found them as the sun was going down. That's 18-year-old Alex Campbell sitting at the base of the rock, leg broken. Her friend
the face. She could face assault charges.
Well, a Christian bookstore in the MacArthur Park area of Los Angeles went up in flames Friday night. Dozens of firefighters responded to the Ebenezer Libreria Christiana bookstore. They were forced to take a defensive position as fire burned through the roof. No injuries have been reported, and the cause of the fire is still under investigation.
Rural Metro responded to a fire in the 600 block of the Van Avenue where neighbors heard popping and cracking Friday morning.
Billowing smoke filled the sky Friday when a homeowner's microwave set fire to his trailer, causing 3 to burn to the ground. A nearby witness knew there was something going on when she felt her roof shake. Says there was no criminal activity involved with the trailer fires, but the homeowner was using the microwave that had an electrical fire and caught the residents on fire.
And of course, we are enjoying these beautiful 80-degree temperatures, right, Molly?
I am. It was actually surprisingly warm today in Brawley at the parade.
Yeah, you guys went to a parade. How was that?
It was so much fun, but I was looking forward to being in the 60s because it felt like summer out there.
Oh, I know. It's weird. It's like we're in the 80s, but for some odd reason, it still feels like we're in those triple-digit numbers. But guess what? We are no longer there, my friends. If you take a look at right now what will be going on in a live sky cam. Thank you, Yuma Rehabilitation Hospital. Here in our satellite radar, as you can see, temperatures going to stay well. You're just going to have to stay tuned for our full weather forecast where we give you our 8-day forecast. Molly, something to look forward to, that's for sure.
That is for sure. Well, coming up next on the early edition, well, there was a car club Cocopah Casino hosted its 2014 Cruising for a Cause today. We'll tell you how they raised money for local law enforcement and who this year's fundraiser recipient was.
Plus, hundreds of people packed the Goodwill on Friday for a grand opening of its new location at the Southgate Mall. Hear how they plan on providing a better shopping. Please visit hsoyuma.com for more information.
Well, the holidays are a chance to share with those less fortunate. That's why we at KYMA are teaming up with Crossroads Mission to make a difference this season. Join us all day from sunrise to nightside Wednesday, November 12th at the Walmart on Pacific Avenue in Yuma. Donate turkeys and any non-perishable food items. Help us make a difference, and happy holidays.
And Mevia Car Club Cocopah Casino hosted its 2014 Cruising for a Cause. The car show featured many different hot rods, lowriders, and muscle cars. The 5th annual car show raises money for local law enforcement, firefighters, and public servants who are. It is their hope that the funds will help defer any expenses that will accumulate during this important time in Wayne Preston's life.
Hundreds of people packed the Goodwill for the grand opening of its new location at the Southgate Mall. The 35,000 square foot facility includes a drive-up donation center, the regional Well, it was a beautiful warm day today for November. What is this next week and like Veterans Day going to look like?
Oh, well, it's going to be nice and cool. So luckily, you guys won't have to be seeing some super smoky temperatures out there. You guys can just enjoy, and I'm sure you guys all are enjoying the 80 degrees. Who doesn't, right? Well, if we take a look right now what's going on in our live sky cam, look at that beautiful shot we got there for you guys. Beautiful shot of the desert Southwest. Thank you, Yuma Rehabilitation Hospital, for the live shot. We take a look right now in our current temperatures for us in Yuma. Temperatures at 89 degrees. Not bad, right? Humidity at 12%. Dew point at 30. Winds going north of us, just about 3 miles per hour. We take a look right now in El Centro. Current temperatures at 88 degrees, so pretty similar. Humidity at 14%. Dew point. Mid-50s, upper 50s, and it seems they're just going to stay. If anything, we should be expecting them to start getting to the low 50s, and I'm sure they're going to inch on to the 40s, but man, oh man, especially for us folks that live here in Arizona, you know, 40s is like, woo. way
No,
too
I
cold.
know. Well, now I see why so many people visit this time of year. It looks pretty nice out.
Yeah, perfect time to visit in the wintertime. I don't blame you.
Well, Heather, another show is canceled for the famous rock band, the Rolling Stones. This time, lead singer Mick Jagger is on strict doctor's orders. We'll have more on that coming up after the break.
Comes first.
Welcome back. Well, Jay Leno returned to The Tonight Show last Friday night, this time as a guest. Leno got a huge ovation from the audience as he returned and did a stand-up set before being called over to sit with Jimmy Fallon. Leno's visit comes as he's preparing to return to television as the host of CNBC series Jay Leno's Garage next year. Recently, Leno also accepted the Mark Twain Prize for American Humor in Washington, D.C. It's a ceremony that'll air on PBS later this month, November 23rd to be exact. Well, the hit post-apocalyptic action franchise, The Hunger Games, is going to be from the big screen to the stage in a new theater production set for 2016. Stars Oscar winner Jennifer Lawrence, Josh Hutcherson, Liam Hemsworth, and Woody Harrelson. It will be released worldwide for November 21st. And former anchor and current NBC News special correspondent Tom Brokaw was inducted into the Atlanta Press Club's Hall of Fame Friday night. At a banquet, Brokaw dined with CNN founder Ted Turner and other Hall of Fame inductees. Brokaw worked at an Atlanta TV station in the mid-60s before joining NBC News in Los Angeles. He shared a story about the job interview that brought him to Atlanta. Brokaw said that he was earning a salary in the high three figures at the station in Omaha, Nebraska at the time.
I had to sneak out of town because if the owners of the station where I was working heard, they would have fired me instantly. I came to Atlanta. I came through a snowstorm in Chicago and Omaha. I had a broken foot from playing basketball. My wife said, they're going to think you're a health risk. They'll never hire you.
Tom Brokaw is the only journalist to have anchored all three of NBC's major new franchises. He co-hosts the Today Show, anchored Nightly News, and was interim host of Meet the Press following the death of Tim Russert. Well, rock legends, the Rolling Stones, canceled one of their Australian concerts after lead singer Mick Jagger is diagnosed with a throat infection. Promoters announced Thursday that the 71-year-old singer is under a doctor's strict order to rest his vocal cords for the next few days to recuperate for the remainder of the tour. Fans are upset that they won't be able to see the Stones in action tonight in the city of Hanging Rock.
It's shattered, actually. I mean, I wanted to show my son the greatest rock and roll band on the planet, the Rolling Stones.
Earlier this year, the band canceled their Australian tour following the death of Mick Jagger's girlfriend, Lauren Scott. They rescheduled the Rolling Stones' 14 on Fire tour started in South Australia on October 25th. Tomorrow's canceled concert was to be the 5th of 9 concerts in Australia and New Zealand. Ticket holders have been offered a refund for the next Stones concert to be scheduled for November 12th in Sydney.